I know I started it a little differently than usual. I didn't do the start screen. I was like, let me just go on. Hey, what's up? Um, I'm Sheba, of course, as you know, because this is Sheba Sunday, and I know you guys are like, what have I done? What blessed occurrence has happened that Sheba, comes on to chit chat with you? And it's just a blessing, I guess. For whatever reason, the universe was like, girl, you need to like talk to these people. Um, I looked and saw when was the last time that I went on? July 28th, y'all. Almost a full 4 months ago. And man, what has happened since then? So we did um Sundays at Billy and Sheba's. Um, I think it went really beautifully. It was a great exercise, learned a lot about ourselves and um our direction and myself, and it was so cool. Um oh my God, I got so many things. Okay, so I got this like shamanic quantum healing, went really well, really powerful. I went I got a therapist who's really awesome. I love her. She's like, I've just been making so much progress. There's just been so much growth and evolution, and it's just been like, ugh, amazing. That happened. Oh my gosh, I've um been disrupting lots of patterns. There's been a lot of genocide normalization going on. And so at work, I work for a government agency, as many of you know. I've been trying to disrupt this reality in which we all ignore the horrific genocide going on. That, like, if you're an American, your government and the people you've chosen to represent you, like, they are, committing a genocide. So are we, kind of like the citizens of Nazi Germany. So I'm like, huh, what would I have done were I a citizen of Nazi Germany? I saw Zone of Interest, loved it. Great, great movie if you guys haven't seen it yet. And yeah, you're supposed to just, I don't know, do something. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so at work, when my managers, they try to model that what is normal, what we do in the office when you're attorneys, when you are federal employees, when you're just an adult, you talk about baseball and Bridgerton and youth sports and travel and preparing kids for college and literally anything other than the concentration camps or the hundreds of thousands of people being murdered. We don't talk about that, we don't talk about the horrific racist violence in the media and in our culture and communities. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't know if that's the world that I live in, actually. Nope, I know it's not. That's not the reality I'm living in. So I, have been disrupting meetings. And so there is this, iconic now, Tea with Tom, that meeting that I disrupted, and kind of pretty iconic. My therapist was very proud of me. I sent it to this signal group that I recorded it, and I sent it to a signal group that I'm in, Feds United for Peace, a bunch of other federal employees at different agencies who are against the genocide. Now, love them, but not the most revolutionary group. So, there's at that time they were still, very like, well, do you guys think we should like sign on to a letter to, like, maybe do you feel comfortable signing your real names to a dissent cable and like an open letter? I was like, y'all, they know you dissent. Um, they know you protest, but they also know you guys aren't going to do anything more than like ask nicely and send them letters that, like, they're going to ignore. But like, it's the principal account. Like, no, babes. Like, I think we got to start being unignorable in lots of ways. And so yeah, so I had a little video of that. I sent it to the group, the Feds United for Peace group. They loved it. They asked me to do a training on how to disrupt genocide normalization in the office. Um, and so, yeah, so I did a training um, called Pattern Disruption and Truth Tellers Training. And it was like really good. It was really cool. And so, um, and I had a Weingarten meeting at work with my supervisor after that Tea with Tom meeting. Uh, and yeah, so and I think I'm excited to see the unfolding. I'm excited to see how this all turns out. I actually gave a really iconic a Weingarten meeting is like a disciplinary meeting. I didn't realize because I'm such an angel. I didn't realize it was a disciplinary thing. Even though I got like a union rep and stuff. But I know that like I was perfectly correct to, ask how we're preparing our children for the reality of this genocide and you know um, children on college campuses are being dragged off and beaten for protesting this genocide. Their jobs are being future job prospects are being threatened, and I'm like, hey, we're adults, babe. We're attorneys, so our during times of genocide, during Holocaust times, the adults got to talk about important stuff. Otherwise, the bad guys get away with it. And so, I was just in the investigation meeting with my supervisor. I was just like, yeah, no, I've done everything right. It is polite and collegial to address a genocide when it's happening, and it is discourteous and impolite to ignore a genocide and talk about baseball instead. And so, yeah, like, and the Tom, the supervisor who had the meeting, uh, older white guy, he from that meeting, what he got from it, he said that I threatened his child. Babe, like, I'm sorry, really, white man, like your black employee threatened your child during a group meeting for what? That doesn't even make sense. So it's like really interesting to see in real time kind of whiteness, maleness, status quo try to like resort to what it knows, which is like making up false accusations of like harm, threats to white women's safety, in order to make sure the brown people or the people with less power stay in line. And I'm just like, oh, babes, no, that's not going to work for me. Sorry. I'm not afraid of any motherfucker named Tom. Come on. There's no reality in which a man named Tom, defeats me in any way. So anyway, let us get to the topic at hand. What's up?
Baby, are you on?
Yes.
You're on.
Yeah.
Okay. It says here that it's off.
Okay, it says for me that it's live,
Okay.
8:40. But let me check this thing really quick. Let me pause my timer um and see what's up.
Oh, baby.
Thank you. Yeah, baby, I'm still on actually. So that happens. That's been happening. I would watch yours and like maybe about 6 minutes in, it like stops it and I have to go in back into the live twice.
I've never seen that. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
apologize for that.
no, no worries. I love it. We love to see a Billy Bunton sighting in the wild. And look at how attentive and like attuned to my needs this like brilliant person is. I'm so lucky. So anyway, let's get to it, my loves. I called this one How to Be Magnetic. That has been coming to me a lot. The idea of magnetism, the idea of being disliked, the idea of repelling people. So, um, another thing that happened in the past 4 months, one of our lovers, this beautiful young 28-year-old black woman who like loves me, thinks I'm really freaking cool, is very like once is very concerned about my pleasure and wanting to please me, and really loves me. She would like call me her wife and um, call me baby and everything. It was very cute. So yeah, um, and it felt really good. I really love her, and I think she's a really cool, smart person. But we actually just had to break up because I actually kind of dumped her, and like that makes it sound so like serious, like we were like dating, but like it was like chiller than that. I just want to, you know. Um, but yeah, she said she was trying to join the Navy, the U.S. Navy, and what came through me was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. It's crazy to think that someone who's around me in the past year like would think to like go into the US military at a time like this. Certainly, y'all know I'm like very free Palestine, and anti-imperialism in every way, and so yeah. And like, you remember that like fake pier that the US built, and they like committed a bunch of massacres and maybe rescued like two Israelis, and like murdered like hundreds of Palestinians in the process. And then and the pier kept falling apart because American construction. Anyway, the US Navy did that. um and just in general, I'm just like, it's 2024, guys. We know that like the US is kind of the bad guy. We're kind of the, at best, kind of like the Nazi Germany of our time, but we're worse because at least Nazi Germany didn't drop any atomic bombs. At least they didn't have the example of Nazi Germany to learn from, in their how they proceed. But like us, Nazi Germany actually got their, they got their techniques, how they ran their apartheid state, from the US. So like, that's kind of who we are. And so like that must mean then that our military is the Nazi military. And I just know that like, the Nazis probably had a navy, and it's not good to be in it. And so I don't know. She was telling me about it. She was just saying, she's like, hey, she wants to go to college. She's not going to have to do anything. She's just going to have some like desk job. She's going to just like push some buttons. And I'm like, ugh. I feel like I've been watching the Twilight Zone recently, and there's that episode where they give you a button that you push, and if you push it, you get like $200,000, but someone you don't know dies. And like, I feel like the episode is about, you're supposed to like struggle with this, like, I don't know. And I think you're kind of supposed to not take it. Or if you do push the button and get the money, you're supposed to feel really bad about it, and supposed to be really like, oh, maybe someone else will get this opportunity and I might be the person who's randomly killed. But anyway, um, I think probably this US military, which we know is like notoriously nefarious, and like all of our movies about war are about how senseless it is, and how like, it's about imperialism and bullshit. Um, yeah, it's just like, you're supposed to choose something else. You're supposed to be more creative than, you're supposed to find a way through this thing more creatively, I think, than the way that the US government wants you to go through it, which is to sign up for the military, take their money, do whatever they say, don't ask any questions. And, that's just how we do it. And I'm just like, guys, no, we're not supposed to do that, right? All the PTSD, all the like hindsight being 2020, we know that like you're just not supposed to do it. Anyway, I know it's not, certainly for Americans, I think you're not supposed to do that. But I just know that I'm not supposed to use my power to like, my power of love, um, and passion and all the benefit that I bring. I'm not supposed to use it to empower anyone who's going to try to justify the US military, anyone who's going to take the money in order to help the US military actively, and so yeah, like that's, me and Billy are poly. So like I have like a couple things, deal breakers. The list has been growing, so I'm very proud of myself. No white men, no cops, and now no military. So yeah, I'm such a babe. I'm such a catch. I'm such a prize. Like, why would I reward, you know, people who are doing like who are just not on the level, not my people. And this kind of brings me to one of the things the signal group they're a little afraid of in speaking up, or even in like wearing a keffiyeh, or having a keffiyeh visible at these work things. They're afraid of being disliked, and I think a lot of our behavior is driven by this fear of being disliked. And like I've been realizing in this past year, I've had a lot of people, like I've released a lot of people in my life, a lot of people that we kind of like, you don't think you're supposed to, a lot of family members, a lot of longtime friends or people I've known, new friends I've known who like, like this person, uh, who I like and are, perfectly kind to me. But our values are just not aligned. I don't like how they treat other people. I don't like the decisions that they're making. And so I can't like contribute to it by giving them like my time and my attention and my, like awesomeness. And so like we have this fear of being disliked, but like, you know, I'm surrounded by people like my people. So amazing. Like I tell you, Billy, he's so dope. He's like raised my understanding of what love is, like my standard of care, what I can expect of people. And so I have like all of these great friends, Sakura, lots of different people Kendra, people who have been like, they do the work to be in my life. They do the play of being in my life. It's a joy to be in my life. And the people who are for me understand that and they enjoy it and they like go out of their way to be in my space, to receive what I have to offer, to, engage with me intimately. And so like when you're yourself, you are going to magnetize your people to you. And that's what I've been doing. I have like these awesome people in my life, but I've also been a magnet is going to also repel things. Like we know that from an actual magnet. Like I don't know what things it is, but like like the things that are for it come to it, and the things that are not attracted to it literally move out of the way, so the things that are magnetized to it come through. And so like I think we're taught to fear this repelling, but like the repelling is like what we like is just what's natural. So I think it makes sense to not really be afraid of it, something that's gonna happen anyway. Okay, so yeah, disappointing others versus disappointing self. So in order to be magnetic, you have to kind of be willing to disappoint others. A lot of my the times that I've been the saddest are when I've done something that someone else wanted, but I know I didn't want to do, you know? Um, and so like I certainly am really good at pleasing people. I understand what they want. I got a lot of my needs met, from a small child by pleasing people, understanding what their mood was, what they wanted from me, and like giving them that. But you don't have to go to every party you're invited to, babe. That used to be me. I was like, when people called, I came a running. I was like ready to hang. I was like ready to see like what the room needed. And I was like excited to be the, person who does that and creates these cool experiences. But, I started to realize like, I don't have to work on other people's schedule. Maybe the person I'm supposed to be pleasing is myself first. And I looked back, like I think a couple of my episodes were about that. Like I'm trying to be the first person that I please first. So in doing that, though, you're going to end up disappointing a lot of people. People are going to want to invite you to parties. People are going to want to invite me to parties. I'm fun as hell. I'm like so good at, I got great bands, you know? Like I'm very good at like remembering a thing you said and like noticing it in my, time away from you and like mentioning it the next time we say it. And like I love doing that stuff. Um but I've just been doing that for myself now. So I'm like noticing the things that I like or the things that like I say or notice, and I am giving myself time and space and attention that otherwise I would be spending accepting other people's invitations to hang out, accepting other people's like ideas for what they want me to be doing. And yeah, like, and so that's been looking like for me. I've actually been receiving some like much more like aligned invitations, like people asking for my wisdom or my perspective and things. And so now I've been like kind of giving myself the challenge of resisting immediately complying, even if it's something that I want to do. Like for like, I'm like, ooh, this is something I've been wanting. I've wanted someone to notice my work or, seek my counsel or want to spend time with me. And also though recognizing that like I love to be in my own energy. I love to just not have to do anything. I love to just like chill and like take a bath and think and talk to myself for long parts of the day. And sometimes in my pursuit to give people what they want, which sometimes is an answer, is conversation, is, I'm really good at making people feel good in lots of different ways. And recognizing that just because like people want that from me doesn't mean that like I have to do it, And the people who are for me are gonna wait. Like y'all remember those like I don't know, this came to me those like in like Kill Bill when she learns how to be a ninja or whatever she was, assassin. She goes to the sensei dude, and the process is to make sure you're worthy and that you really want this information. You sit outside in the rain and the cold, you don't eat, and you show your devotion. You'll wait as long as he tells you to. He wants to make sure that you're ready for the information. And so like I can kind of like take that energy and know that like I don't have to, just because a student comes to me seeking my counsel doesn't mean I have to be like, oh great, oh students, great, I've been waiting for students, come. Like maybe they're not the right person, maybe they're not here for the right reason, maybe I just like don't want to. And yeah, just like thinking about myself like that has been like really cool, and like it's taken a lot of pressure off of me. Like I no longer have to fear that like I'm gonna miss my chance. Like, oh, that was the opportunity. Someone wanted what I have to offer and I didn't take it, and so it's gone. And now nope. Time expands for me, babe. I got plenty of time. I have plenty of time to chill, consider offers, put it down, do something else that I want, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. And in that time, it's going to magnetize the people who are for me. They're gonna do what it takes to be in my energy, to get my wisdom. And they're going to be so grateful for it. The people who are not, they're going to be repelled. They're going to go find their medicine elsewhere, and they're going to get out of the way for the people who are trying to get some of this. So yeah, I wrote down, yeah, who do you want to be liked by and why? Because like, it's okay to want to be liked. I certainly want to be liked. By people. It feels good when people like you, but it's impossible to be liked by everyone. And also you don't like everyone. So it's okay. But also a thing I noticed, I have liked shitty, not awesome people for lots of reasons. But throughout my life, I have liked and spent time with and gone out of my way to be around people who actually were not awesome and who were not nice to me or to others, and but I still rationalized that like I want this person to like me. Um so I have liked really shitty people. Um and I am an awesome person. I'm a not shitty person. I'm a very cool, fun, beautiful in all the ways person. Um so of course people are going to like me. It's like logic and intuition. Like I have liked shittier people than me. So of course, some people are going to like me. I can be confident in that. I'm going to magnetize the people who like me. And that means I don't have to hold on to the people who are repelled by me, who don't like me, who struggle to understand me, who don't want to go through the effort to be in my life. Great. They're being repelled. Let me let them go so that the people who are being magnetized have room to come through. Um, so I saw the person I was talking about who I broke up with because they were joining the Navy. Um, they had posted a story. I didn't click into it, but like you can see the preview of it. She had said, "Why do I always like people more than they like me?" Um, and I immediately thought, uh, if you don't like you, why would other people? If you like other people more than you like yourself, why would other people like you? If you don't even choose you, why would you expect other people to choose you? And so for myself, like I like myself. I spend a lot of time getting to know myself, literally talking to myself, making myself laugh, complimenting myself, marveling at myself, just like, really admiring myself. And so it's easy. Like I'm not chasing after other people's affection. I don't really care that other people don't like me as much as I like myself. Um, because like I know that like I'm really fun. People want to be around me. I love very well. And so like I don't have to I don't have to chase. Like um I love very well. And so like I when I give that love to myself, I'm not seeking it in other people because I know no one's going to love me like Sheba's going to love me. Um and if someone else is not giving what I want, it doesn't make me feel loved, it doesn't make me feel easy, it's just not what I want for whatever reason, I don't have to hold on to it. I don't have to be like, "Oh, I'm never going to get this type of love again. No one's ever going to want to give me pleasure like this again. No one's ever going to want to." No, I know that's not going to happen. So, like, I can release people who are not for me for whatever reason. It doesn't have to make sense to them. It just has to make sense to me. And I very clearly felt with this person, like, "Whoa, no, mm-mm, no, get away from me. Sorry." Like, nothing personal, but like, look, um, it is as Black women, we have so much power. We can't be co-signing just anyone. And so that's how I feel now. I'm like, I'm just being very, like discerning with who I let receive my aura, who I like let receive my time and energy. Because I take on other people's energy very easily. So like that means I have a responsibility, kind of like it's a power, I think. So I have to use it responsibly and be okay with repelling the people who are not for me. It's not really on me to hold on to people who are obviously not it. Like I can be sad about it. But you know, I know life is weird and got lots of twists and turns. So maybe the only way I do meet up with this person again is if I let him go at this juncture and wish them well. Um, and yeah, okay, what else do I got? Okay, if you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love somebody else? Yeah, power of love and relating. I don't even like I think I'm a really good lover. And even at times where I did not love myself fully, I was still very good at loving other people. Um and so yeah, I think it's a paradox. Like I don't think you have to fully love yourself in order to receive love in order to love other people well. Um, but I think it helps. I think it helps. I think because I love myself so much, I'm so good at showing other people love and like true love, not just, like what we're taught, right? Which is more of an obligation and a resigned, like, we all kind of make ourselves smaller in order, like, no, I'm talking the type of love that fuels you, that expands you, that like nurtures you and expands with you and supports you as you expand into the fullest versions of yourself. Um and yeah, like, I'm so good at loving. I can't just be like giving it willy-nilly to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who wants it. It's my duty to have some standards, you know? So yeah, this, I love it. I've been trying to, like, I want to give myself like no more than 33 minutes to get what I wanted out. And great, I have a couple extra minutes to because of our beautiful little disruption with Billy. And yeah, so last thing though, I think did I have like, I used to have like a, let me see, let's see. I like the crystal ball vibe of it. Remember this, babe? Hey, hey, cutie. Yes, okay. Um, so yeah, I think I see for this week. um, yeah, I think please courageously disappoint others this week in order to choose yourself. Okay? Yeah. Um, and I think this is a great week. The American holiday of Thanksgiving is coming up, and I think holidays are a time where I think a lot of us revert to what we know and our old programming and what we're supposed to do rather than what we want to do. So I think that means it's a really powerful time to practice choosing yourself, practice repelling people so that you can magnetize the people who are for you. Um, yeah, yeah. Like, so choose yourself this week. Um, yeah. Um, that's pretty much it. um, I think I did it. I think that was probably great. Um, I'm glad I gave myself this time to express. I always feel so good when I do it. Look how beautiful I look too. I think we should. Oh, great. We have like a minute of me just. My gosh. My goodness. So grateful. So grateful to be this beautiful vessel of truth and justice and healing and like love. Um yeah, and so if yeah, if you're an empathetic person, if you've got a great purpose and destiny, um, you got to have powerful, strong boundaries. Be willing to push these people away. Be willing to repel so you can magnetize. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. I used to have a sign off. I'll make it up. Oh, I think actually this is all made up. I love you. Put your forehead on the screen. I love you. It's all made